finally back to the regular stuff because everybody else stuff just sucks. I don't know why, but it's obvious his stuff is different. That stuff shit sucks. Mm. And the ES kind of just sucks. Mm. 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 Well, that is interesting. That is interesting. Mm. 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 Hey, what's up, gang? Wait, what's up? You here to rub it? I said, you're here to rub it in. You called it. Oh no, no. Which contract were you talking about? Were you talking about the March contract? What you talking about? The December contract. Which contract are you trading? Actually, I don't even know which one you're trading. Mm. 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 Yeah, yeah. I wonder what the heck is even going on, man. I mean, I feel like the price action shouldn't be this difficult, but um, it definitely is. I mean, I guess during the when the market is moving, I mean, you can see that the market is trying to quote unquote short, but I mean, I guess as I look at the charts, I guess I am seeing, certain clues, I guess, about what's happening. Mm. So you traded March? Oh shit, I'm short. Oh yeah, I forgot I set a limit right here. I forgot. Got already set a limit over here. I didn't realize this thing got touched. All right, well, so we'll see what happens. I set a limit right here because of this trend channel going up. We got a break of the trend channel, and I set a limit here to see if we'll see that rejection. It looks like I got filled, and we're starting to see it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, it may or may not work. Honestly, it may not work, but um, we'll see, man. We will see. So I was about to short that shit. I was like, hold on, that looks like a short. I'm about to short it. All right, so let's look at ES. So I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna keep trading the December contract. Honestly, I just want to keep trading the December contract. Yeah, we got the 450 shit. Yeah, you called it exact on the March contract. 450 exactly. Man, I don't want to do none of that, man. I don't want to do none of that. Hmm. You said I go against your thesis? No, I don't got. I don't go against your thesis, Gainway. I do not go against your thesis. It's just that well, like I said, I really don't think about it like that, but we definitely do have different goals. When I think of what you're saying, I'm thinking of what you're saying is in the long term, meaning that it's going to be over a couple of days or possibly a couple of weeks. Me personally, because we have to get intraday moves. I can understand that I may be fighting against the overall trend, but if I see an opportunity to catch a pullback, then I will catch it. I will look for it and I will trade it because I just need a couple of points. That's it to get that daily goal. But overall, I understand that the market is overall bullish. I mean, we can look at these two charts right here and see that. I know it's overall bullish. I know that. I know. But we don't have the luxury of if it doesn't hit 152 or 450 in the same day, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, the market is acting like it's trying to get to these levels before something bad happens or some shit like that. So it seems like it's trying to go as high as possible. No price action, is just going in one direction. And that's not how I trade. I expect a pullback. I expect a pullback. And when there's no pullback, that is a cognitive dissonance for me. Because it's supposed to be a pullback, goddammit. It's supposed to be a pullback. Supposed to be. But on days where there's not a pullback, well, I'm not gonna continue. I'm not gonna buy high. As soon as I buy high, then this shit's gonna drop. Or at least that's how I feel about it. I think everybody feels that way. As soon as you buy it, that's when all of a sudden everybody wants to take profits, and the market start to pull back into previous areas of support. And that's all I'm looking for. I mean, honestly, this market would just do that. If it would just do that, I would get out that support and go long. I mean, that's how I trade normally. But because it's only trading in one direction, well, I mean, I can only do the best I can do. That's it. I can only do my best. I can only do my best. But it ain't nothing against you, gain weight. It ain't nothing against you. Now, if I was trading my own personal account, then yeah, I would buy and hold. But there's really, in my opinion, there's no point trading a personal account in futures when you got these prop firms selling $1,000 accounts for cheap. And all I gotta do is just buy a new one if I F up. These damn markets. I will say that man, these markets definitely they definitely I mean this entire year this year has just made being a bear just unbearable, man. And I was thinking about what you said earlier today about choosing only one side of the market to trade. And yeah, that's exactly how you're supposed to trade, honestly. Just filtering all your trades to one direction, but um when I start to thinking that way, it's like, well shit. I mean, the market has to go. I mean, it doesn't have to, but if it does go down, well, shit, you better be a part of it. You can catch the quick short. If it goes down further, you can get as much money as possible. And then when it's time to flip long, I got some extra drawdown just in case I'm wrong. And you know what? Honestly, I'm kind of thinking about what you said the other day about your bear friends. Don't he blocked you? I'm a bear and you're a bull. Of course, we're gonna be on opposite sides. Of course. What the fuck? Hmm. What? Where am I at? I was like, what the hell is even going on? So where am I at? Mm. You say you played both sides of the coin? Man, I tried to, man. I ain't gonna lie. But on days like these, dude, on days like these, man, is the price action is definitely challenging. It definitely is. I mean, the ES ain't that bad, honestly. It's just the Nasdaq. That's why I think the best thing for me right now is to trade Nasdaq in the sim because the Nasdaq is she's just doing shit at this point. She's just doing shit. The ES, she's more manageable. I can understand or not understand. I have an understanding of what she is likely to do. I know that as crazy as she wants to be, she doesn't do shit like that, like the Nasdaq. She's just not going to keep going in one direction. For the most thing that the ES will ever do is trend. That's it. She ain't gonna do none of this crap that the Nasdaq is doing. Mm. Hopefully she stays that way. And I was kind of upset that I missed this short at the end of the day. I already stepped away from the charts and I missed this damn short right here. Because as soon as I saw that the bulls failed to push this higher and we got this little double top, I would have shorted that double top. You got the EMAs flattening out. Yeah, I just hate that I missed this thing, man. Yeah, I just missed this crap. I was like, I mean, because I think after the stream and I came back from the gym, I just told myself, like, man, I don't even want to deal with this stupid price action if it's just going to keep grinding up. I don't want to deal with that shit. And it just seems like every time when I tell myself that, I convince myself to stay away from the charts, the market always does something that I'm looking for. It always seems to do that crap. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Because now that the ES got this breaker structure, I'm just looking for that candle down. I'm definitely going to pay attention to what side of the market tends to trade into. And I saw something on the chart, and I'll tell y'all guys, but I just want to see for myself first. I want to confirm it before I say it. I want to confirm it first. Oh yeah, I'm trading on I'm still on December. I do got the March contract up, but still got the March, but I'm on December. I have to go back and find the ranges on this crap. I don't feel like doing that. And I think if you're trading Nasdaq, the Nasdaq still has more volume than the December contract. But if you're trading Top Step, Top Step without my consent, bastards, without my consent, switch me over to the December contract, and I ain't asked for none of that. I was doing an NA meeting earlier today, and it's in the middle of it. They updated it, whatever, one of some of the APIs, and then it, without my damn consent, switched me over to the December contract. So I had to start all over again. I had to look at the December contract and looked at all the levels and mark it all out. Pissed me off because I wish it just would have did that when the market opened, and that would have been beneficial. But I had to do all that stuff. I mean, I think it did it before it closed. And as I was recording it, it just updated it and it's pissed me off. All right. So I guess right now the March contract has more volume than the December contract on the Nasdaq, and it has more volume on the March contract than the December contract. So they definitely have more volume now. Nah, nah. That's one of the March contracts. I ain't mark it up yet. I ain't mark it up yet. I did not mark it up yet. I mean, we could mark it up. It's just, I mean, the market ain't gonna do shit. Might as well mark it up, right? Mm. Mm. Actually, let me look at that real quick. Oh, dude, come on. Really? My God. I apologize about that, guys. I don't know. Stupid computer doing stuff I didn't ask it to do. All right, let me look at it. So I had to look at this crap earlier today. Yeah, like right there. I think it was at 295 and 275. Was that range? Yeah, that was that range right there. Where we found where they broke out and then they somewhat kind of bought the retest right there. You got VWAP right there, or at least a session right here. We got this strong low right here. So, okay. Yeah, I just wish that it waited like an hour before it did that crap. Cause man, I had everything already written out. I had all the charts marked up, all the levels, all the things that I was looking at for the December contract, and right in the middle of recording, so I had to basically throw away half of an episode's recording away. Hurry the hell up and look at the March contracts on both the Nasdaq and the ES. Look for support areas. Look for breakouts and stuff like that, and areas where price may return or retest. And I had to hurry up and do that crap. It was not fun. I almost said fuck it, dude. Actually, I did say fuck it. I said I ain't doing this shit. I said fuck it. I'm gonna miss it today. But then my personality just basically prevents me from being that way ever. So as soon as I said fuck it, it was like, yeah, you better fuck it in and finish this damn recording. And that's exactly what I said to myself. I can't do that. So I had to hurry up and deal with it. Oh yeah, so this short, I'm just testing something out, guys. I don't think that this market is going to go short. I'm just testing something out. What I'm testing out is I want to see how if the market is going to react to this 50 EMA. We got this trend line coming up. We got this 50 EMA coming down, slipping down. So I took the short to kind of test that out. Like I said, yeah, Jack. I kind of switched trading in the Nasdaq and the Sim because of just um, how it's just not pulling back anymore. The Nasdaq is already crazy as it is, and for it just to keep grinding up and grinding up. Now, I mean, in hindsight, I mean, you can say that the Nasdaq did. I mean, well, if you traded the December contract, I mean, it did ride up these EMAs and started the trend. But because it was grinding and it didn't feel strong, I can understand why anybody would just say, "Fuck it, I'm just going to short it," even though the EMAs were basically saying that the market was in a trend. This trend indicator was green basically the whole freaking day. I mean, we didn't get a break of structure to the end of the freaking day, which is frustrating to say the least on the Nasdaq. We did get some opportunities to go short. I think we caught two of those opportunities. I just overstayed my welcome in two of my shorts and gave all that profit back. But the first two shorts worked out. I just overstayed my welcome with this short. Yeah, and the March contract, basically the same thing. Shit, this thing barely, dude, they had so much momentum in this March contract. It rolled up the 21 EMA the entire day. That is interesting. This thing did not touch the any other EMA all day. It just rolled the 21 up all day. Hmm. Almost the ES almost did the same thing. Almost. I mean, the only time we had a break was when the Bears came in and they shorted it right here. And oh yeah, this was that short this morning that I think I'm no, was it? Was no, I was no, no. I think that might have been the same short. Yeah, this probably was like the same move. Yeah, this is the move. No, yeah, this was the move that yeah, I fumbled this move. I mean, this wick happened so fast. I wasn't able to get out. But I was like, well shit, man, I might as well just move my stop down. And I hate when I move my stop down. The only times when I move my stop is for whatever reason when I don't have to. I took an unnecessary loss. I mean, it was a $98 loss, but if I kept my stop where it was, I actually would have came back and hit and double bottom here, and I would have got my target hit right here. So I was kind of upset about that, but I mean, that's why I think I switched to the Nasdaq after that because I'm not going to sit here and wait on the ES to set up again. I'm not going to wait. And yeah, that's all I'm trying to do. Gain weight. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to look for shorts, scalps, back to areas of support, so I can go long. I mean, I like I can't trade that way. The way the market's been trading, I just can't. I broke out of that habit a long time ago, but it seems like that's how you got to trade this market now. You got to buy high and try to sell it higher. I broke that habit a long time ago. I just can't do it. I can't buy high. I'm gonna sell when the market gets up like this. I'm gonna always look for selling opportunities for at least a pullback into an area of support, and I'll take my profits and then go long. But I'm not going to sell high just because the market just keeps trending and it won't pull back. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. So that's how you trade the center rally, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the main reason why I went to ES as well, Jack, because the Nasdaq, shit, the Nasdaq is trading crazy. At least on the Nasdaq or on the ES, you'll get your shorts, or you'll get price to pull back into an area of support so you can go long. But on the March contract, or not on the December contract, I'm looking for this area to get hit. I'm looking for the market to come back down. No, I'm not doing that. I'm looking for the market to come back down into like 32. I'm looking for it to come back down, which I mean, I doubt that it will. We'll probably get an FOMC or something like that, or before FOMC. But I'm looking for it to come back and retest this low right here at 35. The market did not test this level. So I'm expecting it to eventually try to come back down to 35, 32. That's where I'm expecting it to eventually come back down to. Now, at least on the ES, it does look like the market wants to continue to trend up higher based on the structure. But I mean, I can't sit here and say that this ain't no damn double top right here. I can't sit here and say that that's not. I mean, we got a strong move down. We got a strong move down. And then we got to move back up into resistance where we saw price reject. Now, I mean, we could definitely see another attempt to double top this level. We could. But I'm going to pay attention to how the market reacts around that high at 102. I'm definitely going to look to see how price reacts around 95, 96. Because there's that point of control right here around 95, 96 right there. You got these highs at 102 and 105. I mean, if the market is going to push past these highs, then obviously it's just going to go higher. But if it doesn't go past that high, I think 196, 195 will be that area where they short it if they don't want it to trade above 102, 105. If they don't want it to trade above this. Now, if they do want to trade above it, then obviously it's going to run that. And the level I was looking at was around like 115 to about 120, because I remember previously, once we got up here to 113, it was 115 to 120 was super red. And I was surprised that it wasn't able to come back up and test that level and then dump. It dropped at 113 of all levels, 113. So if we do get a move above these levels right here, 115 to 120 is definitely going to be an area where I'm going to see how they react. You might want to take profits around that area. Says GameWay says, I hear you, but for instance, look at the trade you got on now. Scalping, your scalping are very different. I'm not trying to break structure, but you are in a bullish trend. You said, well, this is a sim. So I'm not necessarily so if I'm in the sim, I'm not really adjusting my targets or my stops. I want to see what happens. I just want to see what happens. That's it. Win or lose, it doesn't hurt me none. This is a sim trade. I just want to see how the market reacts to certain things, because I know that obviously when the market starts to trend up like this, these are my worst days because there's no pullback. And what I'm trying to discover is, how can I kind of combat that? I mean, I just kind of implemented trend channels into my strategy. I just want to see if it's going to actually respect the trend channel. And it has been. The last couple of trades that I've taken, price has definitely been respecting these trend channels. I just want to see if it's going to respect it. I want to see how far it goes down, and I want to see how the EMAs, how they react. That's all I'm looking for when I'm in a sim. Because the Nasdaq is just crazy. I mean, I already got the ES damn near almost figured out. I mean, if I lose a trade on the ES, I'll get my money back. Because I mean, it's only going to do one or two things. If it goes past one area of resistance, it's just going to go to the next and dump. I mean, that's all the ES does. It's just a Nasdaq that's just be doing things here and there. It's just a Nasdaq. It's not the ES. So, I'll definitely be taking ES trades seriously, but I just got to figure out the Nasdaq, because obviously I don't have anything that tells me where the market could go. The only thing I have is the price action. and measured moves, and that's about it. In my golden chart, that's it. But when I miss things like today's or price action like today, like I said, I mean, in hindsight, I guess, I mean, the chart was kind of telling me that it was going up, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I just can't do that, man. I just can't trade like that. I don't want to trade like that. I don't want to get into the habit of trading like that. I'll just take I mean, I guess how I see these types of days is that these are irregular days. They'll happen every once in a while. And if I take the loss, I'll just take the loss. But now it seems like this might be the price action moving forward. So now I got to really try to figure this crap out. And I guess trust when the market is trending that it'll keep going, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll probably do that. You talk about scalp like 5, 15 points. No, no. I mean, another thing about the Nasdaq is that the reason why I don't take short scalps on the Nasdaq is because of that instant gratification. I'll just jump into another trade because I want to feel that dopamine hit. So I like to try to stay in a Nasdaq trade for as long as possible. So I'm not jumping in and out of trades. But hey, this is how I learn. I'm definitely going to trade this way in the sim. I'm definitely going to trade this way in the sim to see what I can get away with. Mm, mm. So JT, so you're saying volume plus VWAP. Uh, so we did look at this earlier today, and I'm not gonna lie, dude. Price as soon as price found support off of VWAP, it never touched it again. It didn't touch it again. It did not touch it again. So yesterday, if you looked at so this is my VWAP chart apparently, my 1 minute VWAP chart. For whatever reason, the volume on on NinjaTrader 8 for whatever reason is stupid. They don't have a regular volume chart, like kind of like with the trading view. But I'll just do 1 day. Okay, so yeah, so if at the start of the session, if you just bought off of VWAP, yeah, if you bought off of VWAP and just held that damn thing, you made money today. Stupid money. It never came back and touched VWAP today. Mm. Mm. I think I just do 3. Oh, main chart, days to load. I'll probably just do 3. Okay. So I think, yeah. So yesterday, if you just bought off a VWAP, yeah, you caught this move. Today, so at the start of the session, did we see him? We saw him move down at the start of the session. Oh yeah, no, no, it didn't. Okay, 78. Okay, about 130, huh? 130. Isn't that interesting? We'll see if it happens. We'll see. Let's see. You said the VWAP. You said the VWAP crossover is underrated. Are you talking about crossing over with what EMA? Yeah, that's kind of why I don't. Yeah, that's kind of like I don't know, man. I don't know. I know a lot of people. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I definitely agree with what you're saying, JT. And that's the reason why I've never cuz like I said, a lot of the stuff that people use like VIX, volume, stuff like that. Whichever year it was where the VIX was uh going up, which supposed to indicate fear, and yet the market kept going up and going up and going up and going up and the volume was low and it kept going up. Well, when I see stuff like that, regardless if it's accurate majority of the time, if I need to I need to be able to depend on stuff like that. And that just shows me that it's unreliable at times. The market will go up even if quote unquote technically it's supposed to go down. Now, we're not saying that because the VIX is high, the market should go down. I'm not saying that. But that's usually what happens. And because that was a misleading indicator, I just don't ever use it because of that. Volume is the same thing. It'd be a volume spike and then the market is going down, and yet, I mean, I guess it could mean people are buying it as it goes down, I guess. But if I'm looking at the volume and it's contradicting what the market is doing, well, I mean, I don't know. So yeah, I don't look at stuff like that. I just prefer to just look at the price action and just see what the price action is doing. But I mean, yeah. Yeah. You said it works. It's just if you have the patience and capital. Well, we got prop firm capital, but we all know that that ain't enough. It's crazy how the market likes to like, dude. It's crazy how the market will go just far enough to blow your account and then reverse. I don't know why it's so good at doing that, but it's so good at doing that. It is so good at doing that. So good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I mean, I would agree with that. Even though these algos are machines, they are coded by humans. Just like what Muhammad said, these algos are instructed to do different things. That's kind of why I can kind of see where the market could go because I mean it does the same thing. It's just I just have a hard time buying high. If I can kind of get over that, if I can kind of get over that in the right instances, then I would do a lot better on days like these. But um, like I said, I've broken that habit a long time ago, and it's just difficult to try to look for longs at the quote unquote top. But this is what I will say: I do see certain patterns that I'm gonna start to look for when the market is grinding up higher. Um, where was it at? I think it was this move right here. When was this move at? 9 o'clock? Yeah, this move right here. I think. I think I can see it better on my. Which move was it? Yeah, it was this move right here. What move was this? What time did this happen? Okay, so at 9:30. Okay, so when we took this short right here, that first test of that trend channel, I should have paid attention to that. When I thought it was going to come back down to this golden zone or to at least a 200 EMA. But the Bulls obviously bought it at this trend channel and then they broke this high. When I see a pattern like this, and let me just put it on this. When I see a pattern like this, I have to recognize that. I have to recognize this because they came back and used this area right here as support and said that that was a deep enough buy right there. Because when it's grinding up, grinding up, grinding up, grinding up, what I should have did was just look for this area right here. Because I mean, all this liquidity right here, when it tapped into it, I should have paid attention to it. And then even if I mean there wasn't structure, once I saw that price got sucked right back above the 50 and the 200 EM or the 21 EMA, that should have been my signal to go long. And sometimes I get kind of caught up in the price action and I disregard uh, when the bears get trapped underneath the 50 EMA and then they push it right back above it and then they go back to trending. So I'm gonna try to recognize that in the future once we get back into like I guess when we start trending again, like how the market is reacting to these EMAs. I might actually start going long at the 50 and just pay attention to how the market is reacting to the 21. Because if I would have got long right here at this test of the 50 EMA right here and just watched the how it responded at the 21, 902. Damn, did really? Really? Did this thing really move up like 90 something points? Huh. I didn't realize that. This shit moved up 90 points right here. I didn't realize that. Anyway. And then it made this little pocket of liquidity. It dumped and broke out of it. And then it used it as support. And then it kept going up. And then it kept trending. All right. So I mean, when the market is trending, I think let me actually just write that down. Just write that down. All right, so I'm definitely going to pay attention to that moving forward. I mean, I already kind of figured that. I mean, I was already aware of that, but I will say that it is kind of challenging when, yeah. Okay, I'll just keep that in reference. Mm, yeah. Yeah, JT. I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, like I said, I just see this as a game. I feel like it's just easier to see this as a game because I mean, at this point, I mean, this thing is it is a game. I mean, if you're trading retail, this is a game. I mean, the money that you put into the market ain't controlling it. I mean, you kind of have to decipher the people, the powers that be, the ones that actually move the market. You have to kind of decipher what the hell they trying to do with their money and trying to ride their wave. I mean, that's a game we all playing. Oh, that's interesting. So, all right. So, it kind of we'll see what happens here. All right. So we somewhat got a rejection from that trend line, but I just kind of noticed something right here. I mean, this thing could probably push up. I mean, it could. But looks like the bulls got trapped above this high right here because we had a breaker structure down. We had to move back up above this high right here. The bulls got trapped and it looks like they're trying to begin a short, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. Because the Nasdaq does at times you can trade technical analysis on her when she's not trending. But the one thing that I find with the Nasdaq that you kind of have to do a combination of things with her. You kind of have to trade in a. I mean, you could counter trade. You can counter trend trade her, but you have to be quick, kind of like what Gameway said with your scalps. You kind of have to be quick, but you will make more money if you trade with the trend. I mean, I'm not saying that that's not true, but we don't know when the hell she's going to reverse. So, I mean, if I see a short setup, I'm always going to take it. I'm taking the short setup. I'm taking it. I mean, it might be short lived like the ones we took earlier today, but I'm always going to take that short setup. Mm. I'm gonna watch that tomorrow too. I'll watch that. And like I said, I really want to get into trading bigger size with the Nasdaq as well. I've already started trading heavier size on the ES, and we've been seeing a lot of. But I mean, that's the one thing about the ES, man. It just sucks trading that. I mean, it just sucks trading her, man. It just sucks. I feel like I got 15 micro contracts. I can put 20 contracts on the ES, and it just seems like the P&L is not ever worth the amount of time that you're sitting in the trade with her. It just feels like it's never worth it. I mean, you can get a good Nasdaq trade, kind of like how Smith does, and you can just be up $800, $2,000, $4,000. You can just be up if you can catch a really nice position with size on the Nasdaq. You catch a really good position on the ES, and it's not even worth it. I mean, unless you got size, unless you got like a 10 lot or 5 lot or something like that, it's just not worth it. Like we caught which move did we catch on Friday? So yeah, so we caught which move did we catch Friday? I think we caught this move on Friday. Or was it this move? It was one of these moves that we caught on Friday. And I had a 15 micro contract position. And it was a $900 position. We got $900 from it. I think it might have been this one. Yeah, I think it might have been this position right here. I think we caught this, if I'm not mistaken. I know it was only $900, and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, that's it. Only just $900 with the amount of time this thing took. $900 just doesn't seem worth it. But the good thing about the ES is that, like I said, you can be consistent with her. You can definitely be consistent with the ES, and that's the only reason why I'm trading her at this point, so we can get them consistent payouts. That's it. I want to be consistent with the Nasdaq. That's what I'm trying to discover with the Nasdaq, honestly, or a part of the reason why I'm just trying to just really fully understand her and stuff like that, because I hate trading the ES. I hate it. Yeah, JT. Honestly, it's just not ever worth it, man. It's just not ever worth it. The fuck? It's just never worth it, man. The fuck? Just not worth it. But the setups are definitely cleaner on the ES. I will say that. Uh, I feel like that's the trade-off with the ES. I mean, obviously, the Nasdaq moved up about 10 million points today. And if you just rolled this trend to the upside, I mean, you made a lot of money. I mean, from top to bottom, that was what, like I think it was like 390 points, if I'm not mistaken, from top to bottom yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. So 390 point move to the upside today. Something like that, gain weight. Something like that. Honestly, if the ES would trade a lot faster, if we can have an instrument that trades like the ES but moves like the Nasdaq in terms of the speed, then yeah. But the ES just does too much. I mean, you look at the candles. I mean, look at all this chop. Like how it just chops its way in one direction, and then it chops its way back up, and it chops its way down. It's like, my God, why do you trade like this? I mean, you look at the chart and think like, oh man, like the ES trades. No, I mean, she struggled for this. The only time we get like a flash is when, people are selling off or people are, is buying from demand. But outside of these two instances, the market is doing this most of the time, just chopping around, chopping, trading in a range. I mean, all you need is 10 points on a 10 lot. I mean, that's 5K, but you definitely, if you're going to be trading higher than, two or three minis on the ES, your entry's got to be pristine. You got to have like a 1 to 2 point entry depending on your account size. Depending on your account size, your entry's got to be pristine. It's almost to the point to where you kind of have to trade. You got to wait for confirmation, like catching tops and bottoms with heavy size. That's not going to get you what you want. And that's what I'm trying to get into the habit of doing that. So waiting for the confirmation so I can trade heavier size versus trying to catch tops and bottoms because I'm trading smaller size. Because if you caught, so like, as an example, I mean, if you caught this bottom on Friday, you waited for the bears to get trapped underneath the EMAs, and then you saw that they found support right here and you got in long at 47. I mean, this was a 10-point move to the upside. Like this move right here was 5K on a 10 lot. Where was that? 47. Probably have like maybe a 2 or 3 point stop. But I mean, you already saw the confirmation, so I mean, you can probably have a smaller stop because it was confirmed right here. That breakout and that pullback, and then you see that green candle right here. Yeah. And the crazy thing is that it even pulled back to this entry right here, and it still moved up. So, I mean, hmm, yeah. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right, my bad. All right, so my bad. It says yeah, ES, but the micros overnight is slow. Blah, blah, blah. Charges because someone he said someone with size on the wrong side. Hmm. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's actually a good way to look at it, JT. Because I can like shit. I found myself in a trade with the ES probably like the entire session. Hmm. Like I think there was one trade where I went to sleep and I woke up and it just hit my target and it hit my target at 250. I went to sleep on it because I was like, man, that shit's gonna hit it, but I just know it's gonna chop, and I didn't want to look at it, so I took a nap. And as soon as I woke up, it just hit my target, and I was like, man, I just hate trading the ES because of that crap. But it's a good feeling to know when support is actually support and resistance is actually resistance instead of this fake out that the Nasdaq likes to do. A good example, she likes to do these fake double tops. Let me see if I can find an example of it. Like kind of right here. She does fake double tops and then she'll run liquidity above the fake double top and then dump. The Nasdaq up, another fake double top right here. Get you thinking that, yeah, you're comfortable in that short. And then they run them stops, turn around and start clapping. And when you're in a funded account, that's not fun. That's not fun. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that this double top didn't work. But if you didn't get out this damn thing, you definitely got clapped. So that's the one thing that I do appreciate trading on the ES. Double tops are double tops are double tops. A double top can kind of damn near turn into a quadruple top. Support and resistance is support and resistance on the ES. And I do enjoy that. And that's why I exclusively trade my funded accounts with ES and just set my limits and just kind of forget about it and try to have as much fun in the Nasdaq as possible. Kind of like what Muhammad says, where he was I think he said that he coded it. If I miss quoting him, then I apologize. But I think he said that he quoted one of the algorithms to where it would create technical patterns to kind of trap buyers and sellers just to run their stops for liquidity. Have the algorithm form these fake patterns to induce buyers and sellers. Hmm. I wouldn't say that, JT. I wouldn't say that. I mean, here's the crazy thing about the human experience. This is going to sound crazy if you're not familiar with it, but um, the things that you tell yourself in terms of if you're not this, you're not that. Unfortunately, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I know it may not seem like that, but our minds are definitely computers, input and output. Input and output. Whatever you put into your programming is going to output it. So I wouldn't say that you're a bad trader. Even if you're not winning your trade, say, you know what, I'm a good trader and I have winning trades. And you'll start to have winning trades. And as crazy as it sounds, it works. But obviously the machine can only output what the strongest belief is. And if that's why at first I never understood why, some of these affirmations, I mean, a lot of them say that you're worthy of success, you're worthy of this, you're worthy of that. And as I study human psychology a lot, sociology is my favorite. But apparently A lot of people feel that they're not worthy of certain things because of who they are, the color of their skin, their gender, their height, their this, their that, their religion. And it's all these excuses that reinforce certain beliefs that people have of themselves. And if you allow those thoughts to win and become your dominant thoughts, like I said, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And your body, or not your body, your mind will look for reasons to confirm those thoughts. Like some people say that they're losers. Well, your mind will find reasons to make you believe that you're a loser, regardless of how successful you are. They'll find the smallest thing that will prove that you are a loser. Remember when you missed that? I mean, you shot 10 buckets and you missed that one bucket. You're such a loser. And it's as crazy as it sounds. That's exactly what it does. You shot 10 buckets, but it wants to focus on the one that you missed. And then if you make all your buckets, it was like, well, shit, this was just a fluke. You got lucky. The next time you'll do it, you'll probably miss all 10. And that's just how it works, man. That's how it works. And once you realize that's how it works, you begin to change it by telling yourself that you are a good trader. And as crazy as this sounds, supposedly your subconscious mind can't decipher between reality and a made up reality and delusion. So you can literally, so that fake it till you make it crap. Now once I understood that the fake it till you make it, that's really for your subconscious mind to take on that new persona and to begin to behave in that manner. And that's what that fake it till you make it crap really is. It's not crap, but yeah. I used to think that it was crap until I began to fully understand the human experience. And now I understand that it's not crap. You have to fake it until you make it. I think a better way of saying that, you got to fake it until you believe that's exactly who you are. So I think Alfred said it, he was like, he got tired of losing. He said that he wanted to be a good trader. And like overnight, Alfred became a great trader. Not saying that he wasn't before, but he's a highly profitable trader now because he said that that's exactly who he wanted to be. And now he's highly profitable. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Negative self talk, man, dude. Well, the only time I have negative self talk is when I don't reach my expectations of myself. I think a good example of that is I'll beat myself up if I didn't execute a trade perfectly. I understand that, I'm not supposed to be perfect, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, that's the expectations I have for myself. And so I'll definitely get mad at myself for not doing or executing at a level that I know that I can execute at. Having bad days, I beat myself up on those days specifically. But negative self talk, um, it is counterproductive because all it does, like I said before, is become a self-fulfilling prophecy. You gotta, you really have to, how do I say this? You really have to make it a point to kind of stop everything that you're doing, write down positive affirmations, as crazy as that sounds, as mystical and magical and whatever. That's actually true. It's backed by science. Unfortunately, the mainstream has made it um, it made it seem like you're crazy if you use stuff like that. And that's exactly what I used to believe as well. But if you listen to all people that are successful, that's exactly what they do. Every single one. I think the most recent one that I watched was Steph Curry. He imagined himself every day before he gets on that court that all his shots are going in. It's visualization, it's affirmations. So all his shots are going in. And that's how he's able to go on the court and perform, because if you remember, Steph Curry ain't start out like that. The crazy thing is, remember, they was about to cut Steph Curry. Remember that. They was about to cut Steph Curry because, quote unquote, he wasn't good enough. You see how crazy that is now? If I didn't hear that in an interview, or if I didn't watch that documentary, I would have never thought about that. But they was about to cut Steph Curry. And everything changed for him when he started doing the affirmation, the visualization, and reminding himself of why he's a great basketball player and he's a great three-point shooter. Same thing with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor always talks about visualization. That fight that made him famous, the one with, I think it was Jose Alvarez, I think. I don't remember that fight, but I don't remember that fighter's name. Well, actually, let me just look it up. Jose Alvarez, I think his name is. He said that he envisioned envisioned that fight. He played that fight multiple times in his head, and once he was in the ring, he just executed. That's why people was like, "Oh, he's a Mystic Mac." No, he's just using techniques that all successful people use. Jose Alvarez, I think, versus Conor McGregor. Yeah, I think it's Jose Alvarez. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true, man. Visualization is definitely one of the best kept secrets away from everybody else, because if everybody's doing it, well, shit, quote unquote, who's going to be the people at the bottom? If everybody's doing it, that's why it's the best kept secret. That's why, in my opinion, they make they like the stuff that actually works, the stuff that actually moves you to be a better person. They hide it behind witchcraft. They hide it behind people that are nuts. Like what's the word? What's what I'm looking for? I mean, kind of as an example, I'm not saying this person is, but like kind of like Miss Cleo type stuff, like mystic stuff, like, stuff that girls like to get into, like stuff like that. And as a man, you're thinking like, anybody got time for that mumble jumble? But it's true. It's definitely true. Definitely true. Words of affirmations are definitely powerful. Uh, that's why, or I do want to say this before I say that. That's why you have to watch what kind of music, but we're calling it music, but you got to call it what it really is: vibration and frequency. Again, it sounds like that stuff that girls be talking about, but it's backed by science. It's true. You got to watch the stuff that you listen to, because music can, what's the word? Infiltrate your being without your consent. Music can infiltrate your being without your consent. You can, like, kind of like body possession. Music does that to you, because think about anytime you listen to music and how once you listen to it, it affects your mood and it moves your body. If you're listening to rock, metal, it attunes your body to that frequency and you begin to react to that music. Soft, calm music, what does that music does to you? It calms you down. Uh, Hardcore gangster rap, uh, what does that does? It what's a good song? Nuck If You Buck. Uh, what's that song about Chief Keef? I'm a gorilla in the fucking suit. Whatever that song by Chief Keef. What does that song make people do? It makes people fight and kill each other. Afro beats. What does Afro beats make you do when you start listening to it? It starts to make you dance. Music can infiltrate your being without your consent, and it can influence you. That's why you have to watch you have to be cognitive of what kind of music you also listen to, because it disrupts your frequency. all this stuff. That's why you'll probably see a lot of successful people don't listen to music. They don't, because it's music is very, if music is attuned to a certain frequency, it can literally manipulate your actions. So that's why I don't necessarily listen to a lot of mainstream music, because it's crap. If I listen to music, the music I prefer to listen to is obviously Afro beats, because I mean it's Afro beats is magic. It makes you feel good, makes you want to get up and dance, calming, stuff like that. But yeah. Mm. Galaxy guys. Yep, that's exactly. Yep, JT, that's exactly what it is, man. Um, and like I said, as I traverse through this game called life, mm, 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 mm. Okay. Well, I can guess I can kind of see it on the ES. I mean, the ES is kind of. I mean, this pullback right here, this pullback back into this area of support. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess we was talking about this earlier in today's stream, that they was going to use this area to break out, because they was holding this area, and I was like, yeah, they're going to probably break out of this area and probably get to 90, 96, 95, 96. I still think that we're going to probably 95, 96 though. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take the shot at 95, 96. Oh yeah, the one thing, and another thing about the ES is that yeah, another thing about the ES is that, man, the ES gives you so many opportunities to get out of your position. And that's another reason why I enjoy trading the ES. It gives, I mean, if you can withdraw the if you can withstand the drawdown, I mean, even if you were to get in at this high of this candle at 87, it dropped all the way down. It dropped 20 points. And remember, on a 10 micro lot or one E-mini contract, that's only $1,000. 20 points on the ES on one contract is only $1,000. And if you can withstand that $1,000, the ES always gives you an opportunity to come back and get your break even, always. And before it runs away. I mean, you get plenty of chances to get out of your position. You get plenty of it before it just begins to run. But unlike the Nasdaq don't give you too many chances. You fuck up the first time, it ain't coming back. And not before it blows that account. Because if you was short right here, I mean, that thing never came back. I mean, if you shorted this potential double top right here before it ran, and then it gave you hope right here. And if you didn't get out that short position right there, man, did it just come back and took your account away. I mean, if you got in right here, you got it at 945. That was a 20-point drop. 945, 20-point drop. If you got in right here, 940, it's still a 20-point drop. $925, and it just jumped up 80 points, 100 points, 90 points, 100 points right here from this low. Just, my God. Okay. All right. So I think this is about it. Honestly, I mean, if the market doesn't short here, then obviously we're going to continue to go up higher. I mean, we're already kind of starting to see the, the crazy thing is I was thinking about shorting this right here on the ES at 70, 80. I was thinking about that. I really was. But then I told myself, yeah, I was really thinking about shorting it here, but because I mean, they're shorting it really at the top of that channel. I mean, they could just. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a drop right here on the ES because they are trying to short it at this channel right here, the top of this channel. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a drop overnight. All right. So yeah, the only thing that we got tomorrow is retail sales. I think that's about it. Yeah, because everything else is, yeah, we only got retail sales at 7:30. You got capacity utilization and industrial production at 8:15 before the open. The 9 o'clock algo. I mean, we only got business inventory and housing news, and we got the 20-year bond auction. So tomorrow is definitely going to be light news, but we got to remember that we got FOMC on Wednesday. Now we could see another pump tomorrow. We could see kind of like what they did last week with CPI. We could see that happen again with FOMC. The market is already expecting a rate cut. So we could see a continuation in that pump tomorrow. We could see that continuation. However, we also could see the market come back down to those areas because this week, I mean, I understand that everybody is still trading everybody is trading that the March contract now. But we got to remember that the December contract has to catch up. So we'll probably see more movement. Well, obviously, we'll see more movement because obviously the ES reached a high of 163 and the Nasdaq reached a high of 2245. So we should expect that the December contracts will catch up to those contracts before they expire, or they'll be kind of close together. That's kind of what they've been doing. I don't expect them to change that now. So that's the December contract. The December contract is, so what? It's like 22,450 on the Nasdaq. Is that what we said for the March? Yeah, so 22,450 on the Nasdaq. The December contract has about 300 points to go. They're going to probably catch up, obviously. And the ES, it only has, I mean, it's still got a lot of ways to go. There's a lot of ways to go to catch up. It damn near has to almost trade 90, 80 points to catch up. The ES sure ain't acting like it. It ain't acting like it's about to try to catch up to the last one, to the March contract at all. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what happens on FOMC. We do got contract expiration on Friday. So I do expect for by that time before they expire, they should be close together. So at least on the December contract on the NASDAQ, I mean, I don't see anything on. I mean, we could see a pullback back to 22,000 because the market really did just blow through 22K. We didn't see no retracement or anything. It just blew right through it. So we could see a retracement back down here. We could. But on the ES, I'm specifically looking at that 35 to 32 level on the ES specifically, if we see a move down there. That's the levels I'm going to be looking for on the ES because they never came back and they never retested this low. They never came back and touched this low or at 35. They never came back to it. So I'll be looking for this area, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, we're going to trade the structure, but that's definitely where I think the market, if we do see a move to the downside, is trying to get to. You said, do I use two-legged pullbacks? Or what is, or support and resistance? I use both. So basically my trading style, I like to use range rotations. I mean, when the market is trading normally, I prefer to trade the rotation of these ranges. A two-legged pullback, I do like to look for two-legged pullbacks into areas of support. And I definitely like to trade the edges of support and resistance. That is basically my trading style. Technical analysis, price action. I feel that EMAs are a part of the price action as well, so that's why I have it on my chart. Breaks of structure, pullbacks into areas of previous resistance. That's how I prefer to trade. On days like today, when the market is going in one direction, that's obviously my worst days because if the market is trading through support and resistance, shit. What can I do? What can I do if it's going to trade through support and resistance? So, yeah. In my opinion, I mean, I feel that this type of price action is probably going to be the most consistent way to make money in the markets. Obviously, people that scalp, I mean, my trading partner makes way more money than I do, and he scalps. So I'm not saying that my way is superior than anybody's. I feel that if you have a particular personality, you should trade what makes you comfortable. Yeah. But all right, guys, we'll see what happens with this short. We got price coming back underneath this trend channel. You can see that price is not trading above it. Actually, let me put it on this chart. You got the bears coming in to sell that retest of this breaker structure to the downside. So we'll see if this is the start of the market possibly pulling back for tomorrow. We'll see. We will see. Yeah. Yep. Mm-mm. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. We'll come back. Me and my trading partner will come back early tomorrow morning at New York Open. And with that said, peace out. Have a good night, everybody.